Yo, what is up guys, Jonny here. Today I'm gonna teach you how to Ollie late flip. This trick tip has been requested for a long time now, and I finally decided to do it. This trick requires quite some skills, so it's kind of for an intermediate level. To show you all the techniques and secrets of this trick, I'm gonna show you the Ollie version and the Nollie late flip version too. So for an Ollie kickflip, at least you should know how to Ollie. You gotta have a very controlled and solid Ollie. As well, you should know how to kickflip, just to have the sense of the board turning beneath your feet and landing back on it. Same thing for the Nollie version, Nollie and Nollie kickflip. I always loved late flip tricks, like popping the trick first and flipping right after. And now I decided it's finally time to pass my knowledge about late flips. So here we go. Foot positioning first. So this setup is pretty much the same as for an Ollie. Once again, we have the idea of putting our toes in the center of the tail. But on this trick, you can also place your foot in this pocket, in this pocket. You have to decide what works better for you. Let's go to the front foot. I would recommend you to place it like this or this. This will also be a thing that you have to figure out for yourself. There is no 100% right way to do that. And I'm gonna explain you why. So I'll sit up, gonna feel good, gonna make yourself ready to pop an Ollie. You're gonna pop the Ollie. Boom, we know that, no? Remember the Ollie trick tip? Pushing the nose down. So here's the first secret, and it's all about counter motion. I don't know if that's an accurate term, but whatever, I just decided to name it like this. So you're gonna push the board down, and at the same time, while your tail is coming up, you're gonna hit it. It's pretty simple to understand why you should hit your board with the back foot while it's still elevating. If you're still in this position, you gotta hit it way harder. But if the board is gonna come towards your feet and you're gonna hit it while it's still elevating, it's gonna flip way better. That way your back foot flip doesn't need as much strength. So there's a lot of things happening. It's like a super fast motion for your brain. It's a lot of things to think about, and that needs some practice. Because like this explained, like you're gonna pop an Ollie, you're gonna hit your board. It's like breaking down the trick in like 10 seconds. But when you start trying that, you will have to do all of this in like 1 second. So timing is key as well. But I'd recommend the mindset that you're gonna hit your board right after popping, right? So you're gonna pop and boom. That was some real time. Remember when I told you before about the setup of your back foot, right? I told you that you can set it up in this pocket. There's different techniques. And on the regular one, I prefer the push down version. There is also a flick version, which we're gonna have a look later at. So that's for this pocket. Now why to put your back foot somewhere in this area? That's another key of the trick, even if I prefer to have it in the center. If you put it somewhere right here, when you pop, your board will slightly go like this. And we have another kind of counter motion. If your board is gonna pop and it's gonna turn like this and you hit it, it's gonna flip faster. So we have two ways of making our board flip faster. And that is so important because when I learned this trick, I landed many times like this. And that made me feel like this trick is impossible because I thought I need to have more air time, but I just didn't have the right technique at that time. Also, let's have a look at the front foot as well. One major struggle that I witnessed people having on that trick is that they're not doing like a straight Ollie with the front foot. Because they're so focused on getting that flick on the back foot and everything that their front foot just goes out this way, out of this way. And that's why it's so important to have a super controlled Ollie. In best case scenario, you don't even have to think About your front foot. This foot has done the Ollie motion so many times, you don't even have to think about it. And of course, you could also force your board by going just a little bit out of heel. You can make your board go like this. And we have that counter thing again. But that needs a lot of experience. I don't know, it might help you. You have to try it for yourself. Now there's one question left. Where to hit the board with the back foot? I would say try to hit it somewhere between the bolts and the center of your board. This is probably the best spot to do it. If you hit the board in this area, it's gonna make your late flips look rocket. But even rocket late flips is a great success. If you got them, if you want to make them look better, try to do it somewhere in this area. Also try to hit it right by the edge and don't go too far inside your board. Closer to the edge, the faster it's gonna flick. Okay, let's have a look at the second technique, how to late flip. Therefore, I chose the Nollie late flip because that is actually my favorite late flip variation to flick. So front foot in this pocket. You could do it on the center of your nose as well, I assume, but I prefer to do it like this. My back foot is usually angled a little bit, just a little bit, not too much. Sometimes my toes are hanging off and sometimes they don't. So it's always a question of the day and of my current board control. And how does that come? I'm gonna explain. The flick technique, we don't have the push down this time, we have an actual flick. So before you're gonna go for the flick version, I recommend you to have kick flips on lock, like every try. This one is a little bit more difficult in my opinion, but it's also the more stylish version. Your back foot is going to be angled close to the edge. Could also set it up in Nollie heel flip position. Remember what I said about counterweight? This works even better with the flick version. And let me explain to you, when you set up your back foot for like a Nollie flip, and when you're going to pop that Nollie, it's just going to go out straight, the board is going to turn that way, and you're going to miss the flick. And you really do not want to miss the flick. That's really not something you want to do. Upper body, lean over your board, like a little bit, like on a pop shove. Now there is a technique to practice this. Just Nollie like this. It's actually important to know how to do ugly Nollies for that trick. You got your Nollies on lock like this. Even easier. Just lean back a little more, put weight on that foot. For this Nollie thing, we lean in tail direction. We're gonna ride that way and we're gonna lean back. But our upper body leans over this edge. A little bit. Practice this multiple times. When you can finally do that while sleeping, you're ready to involve your front foot to get that extra flip. There is a reason that I told you to learn this type of Nollie, because if you're gonna pop that Nollie and if you're gonna push the board down, you can flick it easy. Now, in case you wouldn't push it down, you would just miss the board. You would just miss that flick. So one more time, set your feet up, pop that Nollie, push your tail down and flick it right after. One more time, this happens like really fast. Now that was a lot of explaining and it might sound like this trick is too difficult. That ain't the truth. Don't get up and start working on your late flips. It really pays out. Okay guys, now you need a lot more about late flips than you did before. With this trick tip and some persistence, you should be able to land that trick. I believe in you, I really do. Thank you guys for tuning in. If you want to learn another trick, let me know in the comment sections. If there's like a lot of likes on one trick, probably gonna make a trick tip on that one. Don't forget to hit the like button, put a lot of work in these, and subscribe. I have a lot of great videos on this channel. Have a great day, guys, and see you soon.